Hey, you guys. Welcome to the podcast, the Ultra Life Podcast. I'm your host, as usual, Samantha Nivens, and I am here to help you guys live your best life. Not just average, okay, getting by, surviving, or stuck in any way, shape, or form, but to truly live your best life, or what I call your Ultra Life. So let's dive in. Today, I have a short and sweet episode for you. And I just want to offer this one thing, which is, what would you do if you knew it would work? What plan would you have? What structure would that look like? Would that be? What would your rules or guidelines look like? And so this starts from number one, you've got to check in with yourself and stop looking outside of yourself to the latest diet or diet book or workout challenge or influencer or person you admire or your sister or the local ad on the radio telling you this is the way to lose weight or this is the way to hit your next goal. Like all of that noise, all of that outside of you influence. And listen, there is a time and a place for that. But listen, you guys know when I share a lot of this, it's because I'm doing my own work, right? So this is the season and phase that I'm in where it's like, instead of outsourcing and being like, no, like tell me what to do, tell me all the answers. Somebody else knows the way, like the way that I'm doing it. I'm not enough. What I've done is not enough. I don't know how. I don't know anymore. So then because of those thoughts and those feelings that we have of basically like, we're not capable enough, we're not worthy enough, we're not smart enough. Like there's all these like underlying subconscious like beliefs and thoughts there. So therefore, and especially if you've like tried to go for your goal, whatever that is, and you failed year after year or month after month after month, or like hundreds of times or whatever it is. If it's like you're on like attempt number 10 or 20, or it's been years and you're still not there, right? Then that really brings the level of our thoughts and beliefs of what's possible down. And we really don't trust ourselves then. So we're like, I don't know what to do, or I've tried all the things, or, somebody just tell me, like, I will do the work if you just tell me what to do. So all of that, I want you to just like wipe it away, almost like there's a countertop and it's filled. And those are all like thoughts are like these tangible blocks on the counter. All of those thoughts and things, I want you to just like wipe them off. Clear your counter, clear your space, clear your mind from all the clutter and all the noise that's been put into it. For most of us, this is not just like, this is just like things I was listening to in the last like few months or years. This is like our programming from a child, from our childhood and our upbringing, our programming, and from culture and society of like who we are supposed to be, how we are supposed to do this. Diet and like workout culture, right? Of like how we're supposed to be skinny, get smaller, and eat less and bring the lowest amount of calories you can ever eat and do a bunch of cardio and just women, especially like we're supposed to be like, so these like perfect little dolls. All of this, our partners, our people in our world, like it's just, we are programmed for most of our lives. So if you don't ever just like move that noise and just take a step back and be like, wait a second, what do I know? What do I know? And what would work best for me for a plan if there was no right way? What would you do? What would your plan be for your healthy eating, for your workouts, for your business, whatever it is, the goal that you have? Just take a step back, clear the noise. And this might not, y'all, you might not be able to get there just like in this moment of me saying this. You might need to quite literally like stop giving your ears and your brain and the attention and the focus to all of that noise, which is really hard because sometimes it's like the people we see in our day-to-day lives, the same podcasts and books that we've always read and listened to, the emails we subscribe to, the, I don't know, our friends that know us the way we've been our whole lives, right? Like there's all these things that can keep us focused on the noise and focused on no. And I'm telling you, so this might take some time to actually like seed on this and see what comes up for you, because there's so much noise that it's hard to even get through it, right? It kind of makes me think of one of those, I don't know, it's like the Russian wooden doll toys where it's like there's multiple layers, right? There's the big one, and then you take that off, and then you get, then you take off the next one. And there's like 10 layers until you get to the teeny little like baby. And like, that's it. Like, that's it. So ask yourself that question today or anytime. If you are like, oh man, you're like trying the things and you're going for your goals, but it's feeling like an uphill battle. It's feeling like you're pushing a boulder up the mountain instead of just like rolling with the momentum of it rolling down the mountain, right? So if you're in that space, I would really offer and encourage you to simply find some space and time. And whether that's an hour for you, that's a couple days, that's a couple weeks. And instead of just like go, forcing the plan that if it's not, here's how you know, is if you've made plans in the past, or I don't want to say made plans because most of us find outsourced plan, right? We're like, I'm going to do this 75 hard. I'm going to do this 30, this whole 30 challenge. I'm going to do this Beachbody challenge for 6 weeks, or this 10-day weight loss challenge, like whatever, something like that. We outsource the plan. We outsource the nutrition. We outsource all of those things. And here's how you know is if you are not doing the things, if you're not hitting the marks for the plan and you find yourself starting and stopping, whether it's within a few days or a few weeks, or you've done multiple of these and you're not following through, there's a reason. There's some resistance there within that outsourced plan that's not working for you. So that's how you know it's time to check in and be like, wait a second, what do I know? How do I work best with my life and what I enjoy and my body? What would I do if I knew and with that if you knew it would get you the results you want? Because most of us, so this is like part 2 of this, is like we have to actually check in with ourselves to see what that would even be. And then most of us, even if we're like, okay, I got it, Samantha. I would run 4 days a week and lift twice a week. And I would, I would eat carbs, but I just wouldn't eat as many as I am right now. And I would take away like majority of the junk and I would eat more protein, like something like that, right? That could be like your plan that you're like, that's what I would do. Right? Super simple. So once you have that though, but then what happens is we don't actually believe that it'll work, or we start actually implementing it and we're like 3 days in or a weekend or a few weeks in and you're like not quote unquote seeing the results. You're like, the scale doesn't go down. You're not like bouncing off the walls, crazy energy after 3 weeks of like changing things. And you're like, oh, this isn't working. This is never going to work. See, Samantha, like I made my plan. I listened to my body and what I thought I needed, but it didn't work. And And that's where I'm like, no. The second part is, okay, once you check in, you're like, what would you do if you knew it would work? So you can't give up after 2 weeks in or after 3 weeks in or 4 weeks in or 6 weeks in. You cannot give up. Now what you can do is you can evaluate your plan and modify it and make changes, right? You could be like, you know what? I am too tired in the mornings to run, so I'm going to run in the afternoons. Okay. Or you could be like, you know what? 3 times a week of running is really doable for me. And actually, I want to like go play pickleball on Saturdays. I don't want to run. Okay. It's okay to evaluate and adjust your plan from the original one to fine tune it and tweak it every week as you go along and you figure out what actually does work, but you don't give up on it. Like, you create that plan that if you followed it, like if you knew it would work, you would keep following it until it worked. Okay. So that's the second part, is like, this is not just about like, okay, I've got my plan here. And then you just are thinking thoughts where you're like, oh, this is never going to work for 3 weeks. And then you just give up. No, you keep doing your plan until it works. Okay. So I hope this is helpful. I know this is like short and sweet, and it's just like one of my rants going out there. And I hope you all got it, but really checking in and asking yourself that question. Really, like, what would you do if you knew it would work? How many times are we outsourcing and abdicating what will work for us and our bodies and our lives to like these massive cookie cutter programs, y'all? Okay. So check in with yourself, make it simple and make it work for you. Because guess what? When you make it simple and it works with you and your life, I promise you, you will do it, right? There is no reason really otherwise. You do not see people running with weighted vests or running stairs to be better at ultra marathons or to lose weight or, you know, to gain fitness. Like, so few and far between do that. You know what? I do it because I find the value for running those races. I find the value in running that for races. I enjoy it. I think it's fun. I would say 99% of the world does not, right? Okay, maybe like 90%, because I know I have some of you out there that are like game and love and like are like me and love that. But in general, most people are not like, tell me what to do. And I'm like, go run stairs and go put on a weighted vest. They'd be like, what the, like, no, thank you. Exactly. You've got to do you. Start there. If you've been stuck doing the boxes and the programs and the cookie cutter stuff, we need to take a step out and away from that and just ask yourself, what the heck do you think would work for you, and believe that it will, and start there. Okay. And listen, you guys, if you need help and support with this is what I do. Whether you're a one-on-one client or you are in the Ultra Life coaching container, where you actually do get a one-on-one call with me to set up your specific plan. Yes, I have my guidelines and my modules and all the tools to support you, but we are going to come up with your plan. What workouts, what specific things around eating are going to work for you. And then you get all the support for 12 months thereafter along the way, which still includes one-on-one coaching and still includes group coaching, 24/7 support with all of the modules. There's over 20 modules, not including any of the past recorded coaching calls, that you will always be able to get the answers and support that you need to make your goal 1,000% inevitable. So if you are stuck and you have tried all the things and those basic, God, that's like the basic B like programs, like the same shit over and over and over, counting calories, counting macros, logging all your stuff, spending so much time meal planning and prepping, and doing all those HIIT workouts that, you know, aren't seeing results. if you're going to the doctor even and you're getting the supplements and the things and you're still not seeing the results, there's something going on, friends. And I can tell you, I can solve it for you. I can't solve it for you. I will solve it with you. Okay. That's the power of a coach. So if you're interested in getting one-on-one coaching or joining the Ultra Life Coaching container, then there will be links in the podcast. There will be links in the YouTube channel where you can click to get talking to me, or you can just simply sign up. Either way, you can message me with any questions. I am always on Instagram at Samantha's Real Life. So I cannot wait to hear from you guys either way. If this is helpful, please tag me, DM me if it was helpful, or reach out if you're ready to take that next step and get more coaching and more support, AKA more results. All right, we'll see you guys.